Plaintiff Daniel Ortega met the defendant in high school, and on the night of their graduation, they were both arrested for underage drinking. Daniel suing his former friend for the balance due on a car. Defendant Zachary Mueller says on the night they were arrested, they were simply drinking in Daniel's parked car. Zachary claims after their arrest, he bailed Daniel out of jail and paid for the impound fees, and therefore he refuses to pay Daniel anything else.
Go ahead.
Well, me and Zach, we became friends in high school. We got a lot closer our senior year, just because we had classes together or close to each other, and just after all that work, we just like to go out and have fun and just relax. All the stuff we did, I guess Zach did it like in a sneakier way and didn't get caught as much. So, I mean, I wish I could have done it that way.
You talking about underage drinking?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm. Smoking weed?
Something like that, yeah. And, but the day of our graduation, we did end up going to a party. It got shut down earlier than we expected. And so me and Zach we decided to go back to my car and just finish what we had and figure out what we were going to do next. After that happened...
finish what you had. Go ahead.
Yeah, we ended up going out, and so we were there for a couple minutes, and next thing you know, we hear on our window. We looked at each other, and we both knew we were screwed. I knew because it was the cops, and he was talking about something for school that he couldn't get in trouble or something like that. I don't exactly know, but that's how it went down. Both officers questioned me, questioned him. We didn't rat each other out because that's how tight we were. One of us could have walked away from the situation, but we both went in. That night, my car was impounded, and well, we both went to jail. And the thing is, he actually even bonded me out. He bonded himself out first,
Gotcha.
And then as he was walking out, I asked him, I was like, "Can you please bond me out? I don't want to have to deal with someone else."
How much was your bond?
$150.
Okay, sir.
Your Honor, well, first off, that night, as we were in the car, I decided to be the responsible one and tell him that we should stay here instead of relocating with him driving under the influence. As we
drink in the car, not drink and drive.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's legal.
No.
Okay.
But it's
that's responsible, though. Okay. You said I decided to be the responsible one. That's what you said, and not drink and drive. Just drink in the car.
All right.
Underage. All right, but you were being responsible, so you think. Go ahead.
The officers had pulled up our records, and they had found that Daniel had been previously convicted of a DUI, had multiple arrests, and possession of marijuana.
That's not true.
I myself had no criminal background. Yeah. As we were brought into custody.
Yeah, right. You hadn't got caught?
I had no previous criminal charges, no.
You hadn't been caught?
Okay, if that's how to put it, yeah.
Okay. Because you had been drinking underage previously. Mm-hmm. You had been smoking weed previously. Mm-hmm. You just never had gotten caught, that's all. All right, go ahead. Don't act like you're a saint. You keep talking like you're a saint. I'm very responsible, Your Honor. He's gotten caught with and has a record, and I'm a pure man. You just haven't gotten caught, sir. Go ahead.
As we were brought into custody, I was let go just for the fact that nothing I had gotten.
Let's back up a little. Did you all graduate from high school?
Yes.
All right, what did you do after that, you?
Me?
Yes.
I was accepted to Western Illinois University.
Did you go?
Yes.
You're there now?
Yes.
Good. How about you?
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to because this situation put me in a hole. And
what do you mean?
Like, all the money that I had to put into this to get out my car because my car was impounded. Mm-hmm. So, and because we were under like minors, mm-hmm. and we had alcohol and marijuana in the car, they impounded my car, and we had to pay a $500 administrative fee mm-hmm. for the cops to release my car and then go pay the tow, which was another $450. So that added up, and I didn't have all that money to pay.
No, we're talking about college or trade school or community college.
I wasn't able to have transportation in and out, like to school and then to work.
What are you doing now?
I'm trying to get back into school. That's the thing.
There you go. That's what I want to hear you doing, not hearing about you drinking and getting high all the time. At some point, you're going to have to do like this young man, go to college. What are your grades like?
So far, I'm maintaining a 3.0.
All right, good. All right. Is he lying?
No. He was always good in grades.
Excellent.
I wouldn't know that now, but when we were in school, he'd always keep
Excellent.
up with his
Okay,
grades.
well, at least you're in college. They drink all day and night in college, but some of them still graduate. So at least you're there. You're right at home. All right, so Tell me more about the car. That's what I want to hear about, since that's where you're going with it.
That night we did get arrested, so it was impounded. The next day, I paid Zach the money for bailing me out. I promised him, and like, I'm a man of my word. So I gave him that money as soon as we got to work. He then, right there, agreed to help me get my car out, but he said he would buy it. So I told him I'd sell it to him for $2,000. He told me he didn't have all the money up front. He gave me the $945, which was the $500 administrative fee plus the towing, which was the $445. And he took possession of the car that same day. He then, like, he told me, I'll pay you every 2 weeks. After that, about a week to 2 weeks, I was calling him for the money. He started ignoring my calls, ignoring my texts.
Let me allow him to resume his testimony.
As I was let go, he was still in custody, with us both knowing that if he were to get in trouble or arrested again, that he would no longer have a place to live. So me being, I don't know, the nice friend that I was, went home and bailed him out of prison, and this is like how he's repaying me.
Jail.
Mm-hmm. Jail.
Okay. And what was the agreement on him repaying you? Money. You bailed him out.
Was the car. Was the car. I paid for the administration fee to the police department and the impound fee, which is set for 2 weeks.
Now, you heard what he said the agreement was, that you were going to buy the car. You have how much left to pay him?
Well, with me adding up with everything that I had, I came up with $1,550. And with me getting him out of all the trouble that he would have been in, I figured was a good enough favor for just drop everything.
So the balance after paying all the fees was how much?
$1,550.
He says the balance was only $1,055. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So he wants to pay you more than...
I'll take more if he wants to give me more. I have no problem with
so have you paid him the $1,000?
That was the total of what I had paid off.
Let's start over. There was a balance for you to pay in order to own the car. What was that balance?
$450.
$450.
I have here messages where him saying he's gonna get some money soon for me.
How much do you say you've paid?
None, because I didn't feel like I needed to pay anything.
I thought you just told me you owed $450. You just said you owe $450. Now you're saying you don't feel that you owe.
Well, for the fact that I got him out of everything, and that car without me still would have been in the impound, would not have been taken out. He still would have been in prison. The car would have been gone in total. He wouldn't even have had the opportunity to give it to me if it wasn't for me, yet alone have a place to live.
Okay, and the $450 that you say you owed came after all that had happened?
Yes.
So do you understand why you should still owe? Everything you just said came into consideration before you said, I owe you $450.
I'm confused as to...
Gotcha. All right, and what is it I should see? What are you...
on the first page, it says, where he's saying, I'm getting some money soon. So they're saying...
I got some bread coming in soon.
Right. And then he even asked me to meet up with me to give me some money, and when I told him where I was, he never came through.
I need that money. When are you going to pay me? This is you. First off, I don't just have $1,000 to toss up in the air.
Right there, he admitted
You're acknowledging it's
$1,000,
right? Let me see if I see anything about $450. I'm not even sure if I owe you that. We got to negotiate some stuff because you sold me a car with a lot of problems that I had to drop a lot of money just for to sort it out and run. Yes, sir, you're acknowledging that you still owe him. You said, I don't know if it's 1,000, we got to negotiate. Why'd you tell him that?
That maybe it's come to realize me that I'm being taken advantage of with all this money that's being put into play.
All right, and you don't agree with his newfound realization. All right, he doesn't agree with your newfound realization.
He hasn't even talked to me since probably a couple days after I saw him.
All right, he has determined his own change of the agreement. That's my point. And I'm telling him he can't change an agreement on his own. Right. The other party has to agree to the change, and he has not. He still wants his money. So you go think about it a little more, but in the meantime, pay him. $1,055 is your judgment. He has no legal defense.
He knew he was going to have to pay one way or another. Like, he knew he was going to have to pay. He was just being cheap. Like, he has the money, and people are telling me he goes out, and why doesn't he have to pay me? If he has the money, why doesn't he pay me? All I was asking for was my money.
What I did for him was a little more than I needed to do, and probably shouldn't have done that.